just putting the top half on for a large strawberry. And as you can see, Missy has come to oversee the proceedings. Haven't you, eh? At the moment I'm just scoring a deep groove into where it was slurried, into where it slipped. This is a method that when I worked at Naylor Pipes in Barnsley, which are a very large clay pipe manufacturer, or were back in the day, the junction stickers. So if you imagine a pipe junction took quite a lot of wear and tear, and they used to stick together with water and then sort of dig out around the junction and then fill it with clay that was marginally softer than the body that they were working on. But it was a very effective way of joining. So I'm just sort of working the clay into that joint. So that's done. And then pare it back a bit. And what I've got to do is compress the two together. So I use both the both wooden ribs on the inside and outside, and really work over the joint. So that's nicely fixed. There's no way that'll pull apart. I've got to then form the rim. This wheel's got a bit of a knock to it for some reason. I don't quite know why. If you notice, I'm kind of sway a little bit when I'm making these. If the pot starts dancing, you start dancing, and it's very hard to control sometimes. You end up having to move a trolley beside you to lean against almost. So that's my rim formed. Beginning of October, we're going to start doing a subscription service again. So we're going to start doing a bit more in-depth tutorials. So for instance, making this, I can show you this by virtue of the fact that I've got 5 to make for a customer, but I haven't got time to stop and tell you all the ins and outs of producing it and what actually goes into it. So what my hands are doing on the inside or anything like that, sadly. So yeah, the subscription service will hopefully do a weekly live questions answered, and I'll be throwing whatever I've done on a tutorial. So we'll produce 1 tutorial a week on various, so it won't just be flower pots, it'll be probably primarily stoneware, to be honest. Not many people make flower pots, so a lot of the techniques will be not really applicable. Occasionally we'll do an in-depth one, say on the big pots and things like that. So I've kind of got that to the shape that I want. So I'm back to a metal rib on the outside and a wooden rib on the inside. pots dancing a little bit. The beauty about strawberry pots, they kind of hide a lot of the sins. And the other thing is that when the pot stood still, you're not going to see that slight unevenness. So I'm just using my fingers on the inside now. Really push into that joint. And ease off a bit. So these will have 12 planting holes in the side, which we may or may not be able to show you today because it depends when I've got to get them done. Just gotta check what kind of rim I'd put on that one. There, I think the pot's about done, apart from the holes. I'll end up with a hole there, hole there, a hole there. Actually, there's 16 holes in this, and then a hole down there. Anyway, that's it.